What up, what up, what up, and good afternoon. It's your boy Unc Dove and the Overseer. Unc Dove and the Overseer. We back. Sorry you missed the week on y'all, but we back again with it. I'm popping and dropping like he would say. Um, First and foremost, uh, happy Mother's Day to all the ladies out there. Um,
Well,
Definitely,
all around
definitely.
the world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mhm.
So, not the biggest holiday guys, but we're gonna show y'all some love today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the strength, sacrifice, the love for mothers
Mhm.
that we have. You know what I'm saying? How you
Yes,
feeling
sir.
today, Overseer?
Feeling great, man. It's Mother's Day, you know what I mean? A day of just, I told my own wife, just I asked her what was she gonna do with her day. I've been trying to figure out little things to do for her, but when you do, as a man, when you do the same thing all the time, sometimes it's like, oh, don't worry about it, whatever, but it's just another day. So boom. But then she came up with something. I said, not a problem. Sent the one out the door. She went and did a shopping,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a beautiful that's what it made her happy. You know what I'm saying? It made her happy, and that's what made me happy. So that was all good. Just do whatever you want to do with your day. You only got today because tomorrow you'll be right back at it at the job, back working again.
Yeah,
So enjoy your day. You ain't
fortunately.
gotta worry about me. I'm good. I'm good. The kid's good, but do you, whatever you
Yeah,
want to do. Let it be your day. I'm just here to supply whatever she might need or whatever. Just be a blessing to her.
that's all you can do at the end of the day. Saying, look out for my mom or whatever she asks for. Just make sure she get it and I move out the way.
Mm. It's powerful what you just said right there. You just said it. You said, I looked out for my mom. Mother's Day, a day that's special to women who laid on the table and had a child, after 9.5 to 10 months, and I tell anybody that a woman comes closest to death when she's having a child. She can get hit with a 12 gauge shot pump gun, but it ain't going to be that close because when you having a child, the enemy comes in. The enemy comes to try to stop that child from coming forth because he want to stop procreation. So that's a dangerous time for a woman. So I think all men should know that. I think all men should be knowledgeable of that to understand that. That woman had that child for you. If you ain't gotta like it, you ain't gotta be with her, whatever happened, but you need to respect the fact that she came closer to death having your child. Your child.
Yeah,
Just like your mom came closer to death having you and your sister. Huh?
absolutely.
Ready?
Yes. Sorry about that. Slight difficulties, technical difficulties, but be right back at y'all.
Amen.
So basically, you were saying, how when a woman gives birth, that's the closest they get to death outside of actual
Yes.
death. Yeah.
Yes. Men
So,
need to acknowledge
uh,
that.
we do. You don't really pay that. A lot of us don't really pay that too much mind,
Yeah.
but that's a real
Yeah.
thing. We don't get to that point because we don't give birth,
Yeah.
so we never experience it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? We
Yeah.
experience some of the
Yeah.
emotions being there,
Yeah.
seeing it, and
Yeah.
being there with them holding their hands and having to pull the baby out and all that at the end. But we don't, the physical part.
Mm.
Nah, we
Mm.
couldn't imagine what they really go through. 'Cause we don't go
Mm.
through none of it.
Mm.
But yeah,
And
what was you about to say?
and the slightest thing go wrong, it can, just the slightest thing within that little operation time go wrong. Either the child could die or the mother could die, you know what I mean? Or the child could live and the mother died. She couldn't stop the bleeding, this, that, and the other. The slightest little thing that can go wrong, that woman her life could be in jeopardy. Her life is in jeopardy once she's having a child because the enemy of her soul, which is Satan, he hates procreation. He hates
Yeah.
life coming into the earth. Yeah.
How many times have we actually seen or heard that? You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
crazy part.
Yeah.
Uh, well, you can touch some topics on about mothers and stuff like that, and how they helped us along the way. You can start off by asking you, what lessons from your mother shaped the man that you had became today?
Well, I think my mother, more than anything, gave me structure and discipline. She did not allow me to do what I wanted to do. She veered me in a direction where she knew what I needed. I didn't know what I needed. She knew. She knew the world. I didn't know the world. She knew society. I didn't know society. She knew the evils of life and different things. I was just a young man saying, Mom, I want to go here. Mom, I want to go there. And she would say, No, you can't do that. And then she would explain to me why I couldn't do it. You're not going over there by yourself. They over there shooting. They over there doing this. They over there doing that. She would always explain it to me. But more than anything, I know without a doubt, her love for me was that she never wanted me to be harmed by the events of life that was going on, whether it was in school, out of school, basketball gym, just going to the park to play. She was always vigilant in her watch over her children. My mother was always vigilant. She did not, I'm telling you, man, I could not turn a corner that she didn't know about. If I
That's
turned
true.
that corner, she had the people in the neighborhood on lockdown to roam around that corner. What are you? You know, she would come, she would handle her business, and she would discipline me, she would correct me. But more than anything, I thank my mother because she gave me structure. She gave me a line. There was boundaries. This today's society does not have boundaries. They don't have structure. They don't have boundaries. They just do what they want to do, say what they want to say. It was certain things I could say, do, and there was certain places I could go as I asked her. I couldn't even go in my mom's refrigerator without asking her because she ruled and reigned a certain way because there had to be order in her house, and she kept great order. So that's one of the things I always thank my mother for. She had structure, she had order, she had rules, she had laws, she had regulations, and she stood 10 toes down,
Mhm.
10 toes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mean, we
yeah,
were just an
yeah,
extension of y'all. So,
yeah.
on a lower scale, we went through it as well. She was a little bit more lax when it came to us
Okay,
by the time we
okay,
came around.
okay,
But
okay.
as far as us being honest as far as like knowing where we at and paying attention to everything and
Hmm.
sticking to her, sticking to her guns.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we definitely it was passed down, and then y'all instill the same things in us as, parents, aunts, uncles and stuff like that. Y'all tried to instill those same things that, she gave y'all into us. Like my mom and
Yeah,
grandma have a lot of similarities.
very
I'm
true.
saying they're not the
Yeah,
same person, of course,
yeah,
but
of course, of
a lot
course.
of their ways of thinking
Demeanor.
as
Hmm.
women and how they cater to us as their sons or grandsons is very similar. Like we we had it good in a sense because
Yes.
matter that you had the structure, of course, and the discipline, which was needed because they want to keep you from doing the wrong things. But the
Yes.
love part, that part was very similar. The way they love us, love on us, and it
Yes.
wasn't always like a verbal, "Oh, I love you, son. I love you. Oh, give me a hug," and nothing like that because we ain't need
Right.
that. But as far as just the little things, as far as like the food and the clothes washing and keeping things
Hmm.
clean,
Hmm.
and those qualities were
Hmm.
something that helped us
Hmm.
along the way, and that's helped us, like, in reality, it helps you choose the
Yes.
right woman as well. When
Yes.
you get outside and I know a lot of people say they want somebody to be like their mom. It's not really that. It's like the qualities, the things that your mom show you that women should be doing. You want to look for a woman that can do those same things, and
Hmm.
not a motherly way though, in a wife way.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
those things got instilled in me early because my mom was cooking when I was young. So it's like hard for me to be like, I'm gonna go out here and be like, yeah, you ain't cooking. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Yeah.
like you,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Some things are hard to look over. If I lived in a house with women and I never seen a tan pod, just using that as an example, then
Hmm.
I'm at your crib and I see one, I'm
Yeah. I'm
thrown
shocked.
off because
I'm shocked.
I ain't never see this where I was at. You know what I'm saying? So little
Hmm.
stuff like that is like, things that got passed down to us that helped us make, better decisions. Well, help me at least make better decisions out here when I'm, moving and maneuvering and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
my mom,
Hmm.
same thing. She taught me a lot of lessons as far as like, being my own person. That's one of the biggest things she ever taught me. And having self confidence as well. She never let me, be down on myself too much or think,
Hmm.
low of myself or anything
Yes.
like that. So
Yes.
that helped me along the way. Because, you go through obstacles with women, kids, they want to tease and make jokes and stuff like that. But, my mom was always in my ear to make me feel better about, just myself in general. So that helped me a lot along the way.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing what you said because like a mother strengthens, she encourages. I always say a mother put a battery in your back.
Mm,
Rather than the
yeah.
streets putting the battery in your back, your mom will put a battery in your back and tell you,
It's
you
the
could do
first
this, you
one.
could do that. Yeah, she the first one to put that battery in your back and make you believe that you could do it. You could run through that brick wall, knowing that that wall, ain't coming down. But she could
Yeah.
make you believe that. And I believe that her strength and her courage is everything. Because my mom was a very strong-willed person, but my mom was a director. She was a leader. She was a guide to us. I mean, if she sent me to the store with firm instructions and different things like that. And I never knew why she was so hard on me because she was teaching me how to handle money. She was teaching me how to be a leader. She was teaching me how to do the things the right way. I knew about women so well because of my mother's structure, how she had me to treat my sisters. Whenever I went out, I could go clean leaves and say, I'm going to the candy store to get so and so. My mother would say, Well, you can't go get candy unless you buy all your sisters something. And I had three of them, three of them. So I had to find out what Donna wanted, find out what Paula wanted, find out what Marcy. I want a pie. I want this. I want that. And I had to get it. But I always knew that whenever I did something, it was my responsibility to make sure they had too. But that helped me in my growth as a man, knowing the responsibility of a man because I couldn't get, I never want to, I always wanted to know, Mom, what you need? Mom, you good? If I'm working, that was her money, because I'm her son, and I made sure
Absolutely.
she was good. I didn't go to the store and get me something to eat without saying, hey, you good? Because why? She was my mother. She was the woman that fed me. She was the woman that clothed me. She was the woman that washed my behind. She was the woman that taught me how to brush my hair, brush my teeth. Get yourself together. Don't you leave out my house. Taught me how to respect myself. Don't you leave out my house without doing your hair. Don't you leave out my house.
Yeah,
That deodorant. She taught me all those little things that today I say thank you, mama. I could really look
absolutely.
back and say thank you. Made me go to school, made me do the right thing, made me taught me how to walk right, talk right. Of course, a lot of things that my mother taught me, I used it to my own advantage because I had a good mother that taught me a lot of things. Yeah.
Of course.
you
Of
know.
course.
So I used it to my own advantage, with them females and stuff the wrong way. But Mama was my greatest teacher, outside of God. I had a good father, he did his thing, he worked all the time, did that and the other. So I learned things from him, but I didn't learn things from a vocal. I learned things by watching what he did, how he went to work, how he did this, how he supported this, that, and that. He had his own flaws and shortcomings, this, that, and the other, but I took the positive side. Well, that man went to work every day. That man made sure everything around him was eating. He was eating, they was eating. So we just take the small things. But Mama, on the other hand, wasn't no getting past her. She said, ain't nobody gonna kill you. I'll take you out of here myself. Mm, mm,
Yeah. You
mm.
can get nobody else that. I
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah, yeah. hmm hmm
That's deep, man. Yeah. Do you feel like mothers get enough appreciation while they're still here?
No, no, I don't. Because I don't believe that I can ever give my mother back what she gave me. I do not believe
Mm,
that. The
yeah.
sacrifices that she made, the things that I seen her done, the
Yeah.
things that I put her through as a young man, I'm still sad to this day that I went that way, or I did this, or I did that, or I exposed myself in that way in front of my mother. A lot
Right.
of times I sit down and I'll just listen to the song, I'll always love my mama, or I'll listen to Sadie, and I'll sit there in the dark and say, Mom, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mom, I wasn't right. And now this is me as a grown man, as a grown man. At 1 o'clock in the morning, he talking to his mom. He's saying, Mom, I'm sorry about that because, I just lost it for a minute, but I got it right now, because of a lot of times people think it might be shame and guilt. But what it is that love, that passion. You really miss her because she was my friend. I could tell her anything and she would tell me anything. And I would take that, wouldn't tell nobody what she said because I knew she
Mm,
wasn't going to tell nobody what I said.
yeah.
She was my friend. She became my friend as I got older, and she got older, and she saw that I could talk to Jerome a certain way because he understand. She started
Yeah.
sharing with me in different ways, and that touched my heart. So even when we
Yeah.
had good times or bad times, I made a lot of mistakes in my life with my mother, but not mistakes that I meant to make, mistakes that I just had no control over, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. So as a man, nobody was like my mother. For me, I had the best mother in the world. Only she could have mothered me. Only she could have took care of me. Only she could have led me. Only she could have guided me. Only her. That love that she had for me with the stuff I did and was doing, ain't no way. Hey, ain't no way. Only she could have mothered me. She was for me. She was for me. And when I got myself together, I was 100% for her.
Um,
100. Yeah.
what does unconditional love from a mother look like?
Oh wow. Wow. You touch it now. Now you going in. Man, I did drugs, playing alcohol, this, that, and the other, man. I was coked out at one time, this, that, and the other in my life. And my mother didn't put me down. She didn't beat me down. She would get mad at me and say, Boy, I raised you to be so and so and so and so. Ain't nobody intelligent like you. Well, you too intelligent, like letting me know about my reading skills, my writing skills, about how I was gifted in speech and different things like that. She would come at me. I'm sitting there high as a kite. Just came out, from whatever, I'm sitting there and she just coming at my neck to the point where I became ashamed because I saw the confidence in I saw the unconditional love that she had for me, but the confidence that she had in me, it caused me to stay away from her. I would get money and stuff, and I would come to my mom's house literally and write little letters and stuff like that. Put the money in the thing and put it in her door slot and run away from the house. Ring the bell and run away from the house. And I know she probably come down and say that's wrong, because as we got older, she told me she said all the letters that you gave me because that was my dysfunction. I was dysfunctional like that. I knew the life that I was living was dysfunctional. I was ashamed. I didn't want her to see me in that condition of life. And but my mother, her love for me was unconditional. No matter what I done, no matter what happened, that's my baby. That's my boy. And she corrected me now. She didn't just let me get away with stuff. She corrected me. She stayed up in my chest. She stayed up in my
Traditional
chest.
love.
Yeah, that's a part of a correction. She didn't just let stuff happen and when she had to put me out and stuff, oh, she didn't have no problem with that. Oh, she put you out and tell you
Mm,
to your face, I'm putting you out because you can make it. That's why I'm putting you out here because you can't be up in here trying to tell me what to do or whatever. That ain't working, you know, because I got
mm,
full of myself. So you gotta hit the road, Jack.
mm.
You ain't my husband, you my son.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're my
Exactly.
son. You're not my husband.
Got to
So
know
she
that.
kept me in, she kept me, I love her, but I love her for it. That was a part of her structure. And then as I got wise and I got wisdom, I understood that she was right and I was wrong. She was right, I was wrong. But it came
We're
over
right and I
time
was
as I
wrong.
gained wisdom, as I
Mm,
gained wisdom. Because when I
mm.
start getting my own place, I start moving a certain way. What you talking to,
Yeah.
boy?
Yeah. My day gonna come.
Oh,
I'm
mm.
be the master disciplinary. Hey,
As you have been, as
hey.
you have been, as you have been. You single man, but all them places that you had to rule them. Yo, man, don't come in my room. That's
Yeah.
you ain't trying to have nobody knocking on
Yeah.
the John and
It ain't no secret where it come from though, you know what I'm saying? When you think
yeah.
about it, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's the funny part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you feel like a mother's love can uh heal things the world can't?
Yes, yes. Because all right, mama had to teach me how to say dad. Because all I knew was mama. I got mama breast in my mouth. I mean, I knew her. That was my mother. Nobody don't understand where I'm coming from. That's my mother. She had, oh, she come here, boy. I don't know nothing. All I know, give me Barbara. Right? So now, here come this dude talking about, let me hold you. She like, hold on now. Because he kind of funny. He don't want to deal with him. Why? He don't know him. She had to teach me. That's Pop. That's what yeah, get out of here. I don't want to deal with that joker because I came out of her. Me and her already won. Ain't nobody else won with me but me and her, not me, her, and him. So I had to learn him versus being with her. And all my life, I loved her. I was in love with my mother. I never hold her leg. I never wanted to be without her because of the attachment that she gave me as a mother. That's why I say she could tell me anything. And you ain't gonna let that boy put his hands on you. Now next time he raise up on you, you knock him upside his head. All right. See what I'm saying? Because she allowed it to be so. So before you knew it, I became a terror in school. Because
Yeah,
she said, which we are gonna judge whether that was right or wrong, but at the end of the day, it was some jokers that was jumping out there that wasn't jumping out there no more. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So
Facts.
all, I,
That's
all
exactly
I'm
how it
saying
go.
is that all I'm saying is that I don't care what nobody said. I'm talking about my mom, and I love her so much I could feel her.
Mm.
I could feel her because we had that type of relationship where, you blow bubbles on her forehead. Where was that? Because, but to me, she was my everything. That didn't mean I wasn't dysfunctional. It didn't mean I wasn't bad. It didn't mean that I wasn't doing the things that I was doing, but it never changed what I felt for her. Never,
Mm.
never. My love for her, she could put me out. He'd be back the next day. Mama, mama. She could tell him, say anything to him. He'd be back the next
Yeah,
day.
that's
Mm-hmm.
real. I've been there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, he'd be back. Mm-hmm.
Man, it's interesting, man. How do mothers carry so much emotionally without breaking? How many times have we seen it? You know what I'm saying?
That had to be hard. Because as a young man, I never wanted to let her down, though I was letting her down, you
Right.
know. And I knew she had, other siblings. I had other brothers and sisters, Diana, Paula, Marcy, George, Perry, Floyd, all, just other siblings. And my mother was a person that fed the neighborhood, took care of everybody. She just feed everybody. She had a cookout, everybody eating at Charlotte's today. So I had a very, my mom was very special to other people just as well as
Yeah.
me. But I realized that used to make me feel some type of way. I used to like people come, they leave him with plates up in here. Now, this is him. He's upset because his mother is this certain type of person, but he's so selfish. He was so selfish that I don't know I don't want them around here. Now see, and mama saying, but you my son, you're not my father, you're not my, you can't tell me. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh, thanks.
So my mom, my mom, I just look at her like she was everything. She was. I was a problem. I was a problem. I was a problem. Yeah, my mom was everything.
So, like, how
So
important, just for everybody overall, well, for men in general, how important is a mother's presence in raising a boy into a man? So they always say, she can't do it alone. A woman can't raise a boy into a man, but they still play a big part in it.
once a woman is in a man's life, a mother,
Hmm.
it gives him a boundary when it comes to women. See, the boy that didn't have a mother, he don't have boundaries with women. A man that
Mm.
has a mother, he has boundaries. He has an understanding. Why? Because their fellowship is different. She can scream at you, damn it, get your behind over there, boy, I knock you on your head. And you'll get over there and you'll be mad. But 3 seconds later, I got that. Look,
Hmm.
she went to take, I got it. Why?
Yeah,
Because he doesn't want to lose the fellowship. He
that's
don't
the
want
thing
to
with
lose the,
the,
he don't want to lose it because who gonna hold you? She did. Who gonna nurture you like she did? Boy, how they say you connected to her in a way you can't even understand. Don't talk to me like that. Then 3 minutes later, hey mom, everything good? Everything good? You still mad, but look, everything good. 'Cause she got you on the ropes, and she knows she got you on the ropes. You understand? So no, no, a woman does something to a man that just like if a man is married, just like a man falling in love, she has authority. But if she don't know it, she missing it. She got to know who she is and what she is because she has authority too over the man. Just as well as the man got authority over the woman has authority over man, even in a marriage. And that's one of the things men son because you never wanted to hurt your mother. You did. You didn't want to hurt her, but you did do some things
yeah.
that made her look at you like, boy, if you do that, don't you do that to me. You see what I'm saying? And that's the
Uh,
same way it be with who? You didn't mean to do it, but you did
I don't think it's ever really intentional, man.
it.
Especially with mom dukes.
No, you didn't mean to. Listen, my mom used to catch me in the basement with the Jones, all kind of stuff. I wasn't trying to get caught, but when I got caught, it hurt me because she caught me. I'm like, ah, you know, I had to take the punishment. I had to go through, but the embarrassment of it, was more than anything. So I just say, a mother and a son relationship is special, just as well as a father and the son relationship. But at the end of the day, man, well, nothing like my mom.
Mm.
She was my buddy.
What happens when people grow up without nurturing?
We lack certain feelings. We lack certain qualities. No disrespect to nobody, but we lack certain insights, certain qualities, certain. things that we will say or not say to a woman or a man, whether it be male or female. When we grow up without certain things, we don't have the mechanics to produce them. Because what ain't in us, we can't give out what ain't in us. And if you never experienced a certain thing, if you don't know what it is to have a sister or a brother, or you don't know what it is to have family, sometimes you could be longing for stuff that, see, a person like me that had family all my life, I'm going to Cali, I'll be back. Why? I had them all my life. They're going to
Yeah.
be there when I get back. But somebody that never had it, they like a Klingon warrior. You know, when you have certain things, you want to branch out because you've been there, done that. Some people are different. So I will say that to say that, experience is a great teacher.
That's
Experience
real.
is a great teacher. So you gotta have,
One of the best teachers.
yeah, experience,
Yeah.
experience. It's a great teacher. Mhm.
Do you feel like motherhood is one of God's greatest assignments?
I feel like motherhood might be
Mm,
above and beyond a lot of other assignments because the man
yeah.
might go out and he might work or whatever, he might do his thing, but nobody's going to spend more time with that child than that mother because it just was designed that way. Because after she had a baby, he might go to work. She might not want to let her baby go to this place or that place. She might want to sit there till he's 5 years old. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's her baby, and she love that child that she had. You see, so her assignment is totally different from the man's. And I give all honor to women because even when the man leave, they carry the load. That's tough. And they do it with honor and respect and pride. Mm, it's my child, you know?
No, I've
So
seen
I
it.
had to learn. I had to learn, nephew, over the years, don't play with mama's babies.
Mm,
Get out the way. Get certain stuff. Even as a man, I come into a woman's life. I gotta have my boundaries. I gotta know what I can say and what I can't say. I gotta know how I can move, how I can't move. And I might not always like that, but this is the way it really is. Mhm,
it is, like you said,
mhm,
that's
mhm.
just the way it is.
That's it. That's the song. That's the way it really is. Because if she love them kids like that, you better be careful what you do, what you say.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm. Yeah,
learning as
yeah,
I go.
yeah, man. Gotta be careful.
Uh, hmm. Why do you why do you think people wait until Mother's Day to show appreciation?
Because everybody love for their mother is different. My love for my mother and what I felt she done for me, I never forget. Every Wednesday, I was in building construction. I would get paid, right? And I would tell my wife at that time, I gotta stop by my mother's house. Right? Now, I got flowers in one hand. I got cards in the, this is every Wednesday, not every other Wednesday. My mom lived on 41st and Haverford. I would go, got cards, got flowers, got this money, drop it off to mom's house to make sure she was good because she was always a part of me. She was always a part of me. And if anybody came into my life, they kind of sort of like had to accept the fact that
Yeah.
he was not mommy's boy, but what he was, because he was horrible. So he wasn't a mommy's boy, but what he was somebody that acknowledged that, man, I just can't see her without. That's all it was. I just never wanted to see because I knew that what she gave me, I could never give her. I
Mm,
couldn't give her that. My mom protected me in times when I knew I was dead wrong, and she knew I was dead wrong. But yet that's my boy, you know?
yeah.
And I mean, as I got older and I saw my wrongdoings and everything, and I saw, just the price that she paid for being my mother,
Right.
it made me want to take care of her. So there was a place in my heart for her. No matter what we went through, I was going to always make sure she was good. That just was my heart since I was a little boy. I wanted to always make sure my mom was good. Always. And I did. I tried. I mean, I wasn't perfect, but I did what
Right.
I could. I wasn't perfect, yeah. But it was a
Definitely.
concept that I always left with other men too. Also, make sure you take care of
Absolutely.
your mom.
So you take care of Mom Dukes.
Hmm.
You feel like strong mothers accidentally raise emotionally guarded children?
Yes. Yeah. Now watch this. Not all children are emotionally guarded. You know, not all of them. Because a strong mother can give you some things that other people can't give you. Like a lot of my ego that came from my mom. A
Yeah.
lot of my strength that came from my mother. But she didn't take down. That was Charlotte. She didn't take down. The way she moved, the way she walked on, she was nice to people and God. But then there was another side to her. I don't care what. Do you see that finger go up like this? You see that neck start popping? Yo, there was another side to her. It was like a warrior in her. Like that she had boundaries. She had laws, rules, and regulations, and her strength was my mother's strength was undeniable. Undeniable. I never seen nothing like it. For her to be able to do what she had did in raising us and taking care of us. So I will always honor her till I'm gone. Till I'm gone. She will always be a part of my ministry, always be a part of my conversation, always be because she's a part of me and I'm a part of her. We won. We won. We got.
Real.
We won.
Mm. Ask you a couple rapid fire joints today. Tough love or soft love?
Give me tough love. Tough love. Because I like the truth. And the
Yeah,
reason why I like the truth was because
absolutely.
my mom told me the truth. My pop told me the truth, but my mom told me the truth. Since we talking about moms, we're not talking about pops.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
my my mom told me the truth, and I mean it hurted sometimes.
Yeah.
And then in her telling me the truth, she exposed the truth to me. She lived the truth in front of me, and demanded that I live
Mm.
it. Demanded. And if I didn't come up to that mark, she let me know how she felt about it.
And
Yeah,
she should.
yeah. That was that real tough love. That was that. I'm not playing with you like that. You're my
Right.
child, and you're going to be what you're supposed to be. So I respected her for that. I honored her. I adored her for that. Even though I felt the pain of it and the brunt of it, but as I matured as a young man, I saw that once again she was right and I was wrong. Mhm.
Mm.
She was right, I was wrong. Yeah, mhm. That was my mother.
Protect or prepare?
My mother not only protected, but she prepared. And sometimes she would prepare before she protect because we was men.
Mm.
She gave us a little leniency that she didn't give the girls. All
Yeah.
right, Jerome, we go here, there.
I
Well,
experienced
let me
that.
go over there. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So she protect all of it at the same time, but I had to let him go and experience things. Some days I come running home because I saw somebody get hurt or I saw a fight or but these was experiences that I had to have. My
Mm.
sisters ain't have to have them experiences. But
Yeah.
mama knew when she let him out there, he was gonna have he come running from the pool. What's wrong, boy? Now she know what's wrong, but she trying to get it out. What's wrong? No, he was over there, and the boy said this to me. And next thing I know, mom, three of them start running after me. So she said, what did you do? I ran. She said, okay, good run is better than your last stand. Hmm. But she had to allow some things to happen, not that she was in agreement with what happened, not at all. But she knew in order for him to be who he gonna be, he gonna have to have some experience out there. Some things I can't hide from him because he gonna have to learn how to handle these things,
That's absolutely correct.
you know. Mhm.
Oh,
Some
man.
things he couldn't save me from.
Yeah. Things, especially certain things, man, just got to go through. No way
Yep, that's right. Very true, nephew.
around. Discipline or comfort?
Discipline. Give me discipline over comfort, because discipline brings about structure and it doesn't allow comfort causes a false reality. When you comfort a man, I'm talking about a man. When you give a
Mhm.
man comfort, that's a false reality. Because a real man that's living in this world ain't nothing comfortable about getting up every day and have to go in there.
It's
You know you in for a battlefield.
every day.
Everything you do is a battle. You walk to the store, you gotta watch, you looking around while you because you live in a real society and you gotta be the protector of your home. You gotta be the protector of the wife, the kids, the family, whatever. But at the end of the day, give me don't have me living in false. Give me facts. Give me the truth.
Oh, I'm
Mm-mm.
with you 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nature or nurture?
Give me nurture. And I'm gonna tell you why. Every man and woman needs a nurturing, whether it be mom or father or sister, brother, doesn't matter. Each one of us need nurturing. We all have certain things that we lack that only a
Mm,
mother could give a son. Only a father can give a son. Just being around them. See, I learned more just being around men than having to even ask.
right.
Because just being around them and seeing how they move, I knew I was one of them. Hearing them talk, I knew I was one of them. Yeah, I knew I was one of them. I knew I wasn't the other person, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So when I was around them, I knew I was one of them. I just couldn't always figure out how to become like them. It was guys I looked up to, guys I respected, man, they get it, man, they doing this, they doing that. So yeah, you know,
no,
a lot of
yeah,
men learn from just being around stuff.
definitely, definitely. We don't want to keep them too long on this day. We just want to drop some science on the mothers. Any special message you want to give?
Yeah, the Bible says for us, he says to honor thy mother and thy father that thy days be long. That's for the promise. Down in Ephesians 6 and 1, it says for the children to make sure they honor their mother and their father that their days be long. A lot of times we're going through tough times in life because we don't understand that you might, no matter how your mother might have treated you, how your father might have treated you, you keep forgetting that these were the two conduits, these were the two vessels that God had used to make sure you got here safely. You got here safely. We all go through trials, tribulation, pain, and suffering, but we have to walk in forgiveness. But at the end of the day, the Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days would be long upon the earth. So we got to make sure that we have some self-respect, morals, and character or integrity. And that's not to say that you might learn everything from your mother or learn everything from your father. But at the end of the day, without my father, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have be the person that I am today because he was the one who God used to make it happen. So I'm thankful to him just for that reason alone. That he did meet my mother. And he's still my father, regardless of where he been, what he done, or whatever. That's my father. You see what I'm saying? Who I'm thankful that he got with mom, and I'm here. I'm here. Yeah. Honor your mother and your father. That's what I have to say. Without drawing
Definitely.
it out and making it long. Make sure you respect, honor your mother and your father, that your
Yes,
days will be long.
I agree wholeheartedly. No matter what, respect is key. It's
Yep,
nothing.
yep, yep.
It's nothing that my mom could ever do to make me disrespect her. As well as my pop. We go through what we go through, but I never,
Mhm. Yeah.
and regardless of how I felt about anything, I never disrespected them. I always try
Mhm.
to abide by that, honor that
Mhm.
mother. And I'm saying, and now as grown man, it's different now because I can have a. If I mean, when you get to this age, I'm in my 30s now. Like I live a separate life, so it's nothing that me and my dad could go through at this point in my life for me to even get into like, because you know what I'm saying. If anything, we chopping it up as I'm an adult now. He sees me as that, and that's just what it is. I don't overstep either as a son. You know what I'm saying. So
Yeah, yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes to that dynamic, I don't really think about that. Even with my mom, like you said earlier, when you get older, they share more with you. You build a friendship with your parent. You know what I'm saying. So in these
Mhm.
last years, to my later 20s to now,
Mhm.
that has happened organically. So I'm thankful for
Yes,
that.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it helped me. Allowed me to be more open. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that I
Mhm.
needed to do as a man to my mother because some things, you think that you living your life outside of your family, but they gotta know
Like
something.
they don't know. Like they
Yeah,
don't know. And they
yeah, you
looking at
gotta,
you like,
yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you ain't slick,
Been there,
but
done
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
and you gotta be, you gotta share some things. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
things is worth sharing. Then when you do share, you feel good about it. So that's what I've been working on. Especially when I got sick and all
Yes.
that. So, for me. Shout out to my
Amen.
mom because
Yeah.
who knows where I would be right now today
Yeah.
if
Amen.
she hadn't stepped up for me. You know what I'm saying? Which is something
That's
that
a good one.
you know
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
think about on a regular day to day basis, but when things happen, who can you call on?
True.
Mom was there. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey.
I could never.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could never say
Mm-hmm.
no wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
all grateful, you know what I'm saying? Sacrifices that's
Mm-hmm.
been made even as a kid up until now,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Because she didn't have to do that. She could have sent me and had some people coming over every day to make sure, wash his butt, you know what I'm saying? And all that,
Mm-hmm.
which I
Mm-hmm.
was scared to death of
Mm-hmm.
that because I don't want them people touching
You
me.
could have had the
But
nurses. Yeah. Yeah. You
yeah,
could have
but
had
I
the
went,
nurses
yeah.
coming.
But no,
Yeah.
she did,
No.
she did.
Amen.
So, I mean, I'm forever in debt to her for that. You know what I'm saying? And my personal feelings. So
Mm-hmm.
can't nobody tell me nothing or deteriorate
Mm-hmm.
or detract me from doing anything for her, no matter what in
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. To the ladies out there, happy Mother's Day. We love
Yes.
y'all, appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Definitely. They go through so much, they do so much, they carry so much. Being a woman is hard. You know what I'm saying? I never
Yes. Yes.
thought anything other than that, you know what I'm saying? So I honor and
Mm-hmm.
respect them always, you know what I'm saying? And we just wanted to put something together today and shout y'all out and show y'all some love and give y'all flowers, you know what I'm saying, while y'all here.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
So
Just give
to
God
any
praise.
to any ladies that, might view this the next few days, like I said, happy Mother's Day. We honor, we
Yes.
appreciate y'all, we love y'all. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. This will be out soon.
Amen.